So, thoughts are frequencies of light. They have always existed. And the mind, it is an energy field that totally encompasses the entire body. Its orientation and memory allows one to perceive and realize certain thoughts. And you inherit part of your mind body. The brain is your master chemistry lab, and the brain translates all thoughts and reduces their vibratory rate so that they become physical. The physical manifestation of a thought is known as a neurotransmitter. It's a chemical that is then released into the bloodstream and through every nerve in your body so that every cell knows what you are thinking. Now, your body will then give you the response to that thought by the sensations that you have. So when you are thinking thoughts that are toxic to the cells, that chemistry then causes the cells to react in such a way that provokes and gives you the feedback sensation of pain and discomfort. So again, as it's already been stated earlier, instead of us asking ourselves and doing an evaluation of how we're thinking, we immediately go to the drugstore and get Excedrin and aspirin and everything else to then numb the nerves so that they cannot respond to the chemistry that is in your bloodstream. Now, none of that erases the chemistry, obviously, because the chemistry is continuously being made from your thoughts, your states of consciousness. Now, if you are following what I'm saying to you, then every disease that is chronic, high blood pressure, diabetes, heart disease, coronary arteries disease, Alzheimer's, is due to a chronic state of consciousness. So, irregardless of what is being done for you on a physical level, until someone helps you to realign your thoughts so that the chemistry shifts in the bloodstream, because your cells will respond and let you know if you've made the shift, because guess what happens? You will have spontaneous healing. The pain will immediately go away. The tissues will correct themselves, etc. So the dark side, or should I say no, the void, excuse the expression, of what is happening in the medical profession is that none of these diseases are accompanied with a process to take the individual through to realign their thinking and their perception of self. And this is how they wind up killing themselves from the medication, because they are taking medication for 40 and 50 years. It cannot be done. I had a patient that came to me who was 68 years old and had been taking high blood pressure medication since he was 28. And there was no question in my mind that all the symptoms that he had were primarily due to the toxicity from taking medication so long. And of course, it is going to take a while to reorientate his thinking, if he will even recognize that his thoughts are the issue, because he has forgotten that he was thinking in a way that was destructive. It's now become habitual and addictive. So, since we know now that our body can never be fooled, because every thought that we are conscious of, the chemistry is already in our bloodstream. This is one of my old transparencies. Your genes can be turned on and off. And the primary flick of the switch is done by your thoughts. You can be put in environments that, if the switch is off, will make sure the switch stays off. But even in that environment, the gift that you've been given by your God, free will, can even switch the switch on in an adverse environment. And we know that we've had individuals who have had really interesting relationships with their parents, if they had parents, etc., and they had to teach themselves how to read and write. I sat with a politician not long ago who told me that, he missed school for the first 8 years of his life after 5 years old. But once he was able to put himself in a position, he was able to catch up, finish elementary school, high school, and college in a matter of 10 years. So therefore, you can activate your genes in any environment with the use of free will and determination. And it is important to understand that, because this is great, because if you know that there are proclivities in your family of heart disease, senility, schizophrenia, well, you don't want to activate those genes and those potentials. So if you understand the belief systems and the thought patterns that those individuals had, and you do not relive those, you will keep that gene shut down. And even in genetic counseling, they don't even tell parents this when they say that there's a genetic problem, that the gene can be changed. It does not have to be expressed, and if it is expressed, it can be changed by environment. So just remember this pyramid. Oh, 5 minutes, right? Just remember this pyramid, and then we're going to take a break here. The triangle of the mind, okay? You inherit your genes, but which genes are expressed and which genes are not depends on you, because you expose yourself to education and experiences, and you determine your home environment. So the home environment will activate or keep your genes shut down, and the experiences that you have in life and your level of education, and education by my definition means your willingness to just learn. Doesn't mean you have to go to any formal institution, but that you've made a commitment in your life to take time every day to expand your data bank will totally change the genetic ability